What if I told you the next LeBron James isn't who you think it is? Everybody's talking about Victor Wembanyama. Like, right, he took the world by storm, the 7'4" unicorn, the generational talent. But I think the real threat is Amen Thompson. Because Amen is the closest thing we've seen to LeBron James since LeBron James. And I'm not talking about just in size and athleticism, but how he actually plays the game. Because if you pay attention, he has the mark of a great player. And if you look at LeBron struggled with his shooting coming into the league. And he made his mark as an inside-out player. He had to physically dominate inside. He dominated the paint. He drew double teams. He attacked relentlessly. And he created for everybody. But he just literally wreaked havoc on defenses just by his presence on the floor. It's very similar to what Stephen Curry does, what Shaquille O'Neal did, what Tim Duncan did. Just my presence is such a vacuum, a pressure vacuum. And this is what Amen Thompson is doing. He's not floating around on the perimeter like Wembanyama, which is really just a bailout. Every time he shoots a three, you're basically allowing anybody who's 6'2" to guard you. But he's putting pressure on the rim every single possession. Victor's got the height, he's got the shooting, but let's be real. His game actually mirrors Paul George more than it does Shaquille O'Neal or Giannis. He shoots way too many threes. He avoids contact, and he struggles to dominate physically despite being the tallest player in the NBA, not just on the floor, literally in the NBA. Amen Thompson, on the other hand, thrives on this contact. He finishes strong plays. He drives downhill. He makes defenses collapse. That's what wins titles. Amen Thompson is already looking like the best player on his team. Seriously, the streets are whispering, and he's only in his second year. He's 6'7", he's explosive. They're saying that he's one of them ones. He's in the 1% of the NBA players in athleticism. He's strong, has court vision. He can play the point and is in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. Let that sink in. He's locking down MVP caliber players like Shea and Stephen Curry. And so while Victor has gotten the headlines, his trading cards went through the roof. Everybody's saying this is generational. It kind of reminds me of, when Hakeem Olajuwon was picked over Michael Jordan. Sometimes somebody with all these intangibles that we all look at, calls us to miss who is another generational talent in plain sight because they may have a flaw. But pretty flaws are always overlooked. It's like a pretty flaw is like, oh, he avoids contact. But you cannot make a sheep into a wolf. You just can't. But you can teach a wolf how to shoot. And so Amen Thompson is building something very dangerous. A two-way game, which wins championships. And this isn't just hype. This is reality. Like, he didn't come in with the hype. Obviously, if he did, he wouldn't have been the fourth pick in the draft. He plays like LeBron. Wemby plays, a very finesse game. He's a guard in the center's body. It'll get a lot of highlights. It's cool to watch. But that type of play actually doesn't win rings. And when you look back at this draft class 5 years from now, don't be surprised if Amen Thompson is at the very top. Not because of the media, but because he is built to take over. And take over the NBA, he will.